Hi my darlings. In the postnatal period, most mothers suffer from a weak core. Very natural, and we can all take a quick guess as to why. During pregnancy, bump pushes out, placing additional pressure onto your rectus abdominis, your six-pack muscle, which sometimes slightly opens, and you might get what you call diastasis recti. Your linea alba, which is your connective tissue, weakens and stretches. And also you lose a little bit of your control in your transverse abdominis, your TVA muscles. It's really important that we regain our core after birth and as we go about our life, because it really helps us stabilize and control, and this is really important, control the way we move our hips and our spine. If you can move your spine naturally and freely, and you're aware of how to move your hips as a mother, then you're able to play with your kids, work out, just do daily tasks like shopping, getting out of bed, in and out of the car, etc., pain-free. Because I don't know about you, but whenever I've hurt my spine or my back, my physical body is absolutely dead, but my mental exhaustion is even worse. So here's a way that you can really concentrate on rebuilding your core, and that is by focusing on rebuilding your TVA muscle, your transverse abdominis. And I'm going to show you my top 3 exercises for this. So firstly, where is your transverse abdominis and what is it? So your transverse abdominis sits like a nice waist belt or a corset wrapping around your abdominals. So if you think of it like a corset, when we switch it on, I want you to really think of someone pulling a nice corset behind you, tightening from hip to hip, so that you're really supporting your TVA muscles. So let's go ahead and practice before we move into my top 3 exercises. On your inhale, I want you to inhale big belly out, really fill the belly with air. Inhale. Belly comes out, really fill that belly with air, release your pelvic floor. Exhale, lift your pelvic floor nice and gently and pull on those transverse abdominis. So pulling from hip to hip, tightening that corset. You're gonna feel your belly button rise slightly. You're not sucking it in, but it will be a nice gentle rise. So let's do that again 3 times. Inhale. Belly comes out, relax the pelvic floor. Exhale, lift the pelvic floor and let someone tighten that corset as your belly button comes gently up and in. Inhale, release. Pelvic floor relaxes, opens up. Exhale, lift and hip to hip, TA muscle. Audible exhale here to help you. And one more time. Release, belly out. And coming in. Exhale. So there you have it. It's really simple. So here is my first exercise. The first exercise we're going to do is just a gentle hover. So coming on to all fours, your hands directly under your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. I want you to find a neutral spine. So big butt, press it out. Small butt, tuck it under. And then go ahead and find that middle ground. Inhale, release the pelvic floor, belly out. Exhale, draw that pelvic floor in, your TA muscles from side to side, so hip to hip, and lift up. Your knees just 1 inch off the mat. Hold it here for a few breaths. So breathing over your nice transverse abdominis. Hold. And release back down. Let's go again. Inhale, belly out. Exhale, audible exhale. Hip to hip, reach up with those knees, shoulders back and down, eye gaze is on the mat, and hold for a few breaths here. And release, last one. Belly out, relax the pelvic floor, shoulders back and down. Exhale, pelvic floor comes up, transverse abdominis switch on. Keeping that nice neutral spine. Ribs pulling down towards your hips. And release. You can go ahead and pull back into a little child's pose if you like, just to stretch it out here. We're going to go ahead and flip over onto our backs for the next one. So come down nicely onto your backs. And I want you to make sure you've got a nice imprinted spine. So go ahead and pull that belly button as close as you can to the mat as possible, keeping your tailbone nice and down. One leg goes up and then the other. There's a little gap between your knees. From this position here, hold your arms up straight ahead. I want you to inhale, the belly comes out. Exhale, pelvic floor lifts, TA muscles switch on. And from here, you're going to drop one arm and one heel. So keeping those TA muscles nice and on, breathing over that nice brace. Almost there. Keep that imprinted spine for me. Last one. And release both legs back down. And the arms come back down by your side. And then finally, we're going to do a nice supine pelvic tilt. So you can keep your knees nice and bent for this one. And what I want you to do is I want you to inhale, release the pelvic floor, belly out, push your bum back. So you're going to have a little anterior pelvic tilt. You will feel a little gap between the floor and your back. Exhale, bring that belly button in, close the gap, and switch your transverse abdominis muscle on. So I'll let you see me from the side here. Inhale. Relax the pelvic floor, exhale, lift it, hip to hip, nice tight corset. Inhale, release. Exhale. As you do this, try to keep your tailbone nice and down. Keep going. Make sure to close those ribs, bring the ribs in towards your hips. Push back into that anterior tilt. Release the pelvic floor. Exhale, corset. So if you want, you can place your two fingers just inside your hips to really feel the muscles switch on. So you'll feel a little pull onto your fingers there. And release. So there you have it, guys. That is your transverse abdominis, just in 3 simple exercises, and you can do those at home with no equipment whatsoever. Go ahead and comment below if you like this video, or comment whether you actually felt your TA muscles switch on or not. It's really important. Reach out to me and I'll ping you a message to try see if I can help. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you in the next video.